Hey guys, I think this is the third, fourth, fifth, I don't know, whatever it is. I think it's going to be the last video for the Western stuff, so if you want to see the rest of it, just come out to Adepticon. Easiest way. I mean, then you get to see it in person, may even get to play a game on it. These are finished versions of buildings that I've already released. The smokehouse and I forget what the other one is. I think the armory and the smokehouse were the two kits. I went ahead and painted these up again for Adepticon just to show some of the differences and what's possible with them. We'll start off with the brick one. So, removable roof, as I do on a lot of different buildings. This one is one of the shell buildings with a full open interior, but there is an option for a floor if you really wanted to add a floor, so you have the interior of it. This one I went ahead and painted. I painted this one to pick out some of the bricks. And then I just stained the wood. I mean, that's all this is just a straight wood stain. I didn't bother doing anything else with it. Put a little bit of a wood stain on it and called it done. Turned out really well. It's got a nice shape to it. Nice texture. Looks really good. This would make an excellent jail or something along those lines. The windows at the back, and I'll lower this down. So the windows at the back are taller than your fig, which is what they should be, so that you can't have people, climbing out through the back windows. And then at the front, you just have like the one door and the one window. So, nice little building. Turned out really well. I love the way that just staining the wood turns out, because that gives you that authentic feel, especially if you're a guy like me who, yes, can paint, but doesn't have time to really put a ton in on doing terrain and stuff. This just makes it so much easier. I mean, it's almost like dipping models, only easier. I think getting this one finished, it took me maybe an hour to do the whole building from start to finish, from gluing it together to painting it. And so, I mean, that's kind of cool. Did the same thing with this one. This one I actually did something a little bit different on, just to show you, because it is wood and it is stained, what you can do with it. This one I actually stained the whole building with a dark with a light stain, and then went back and picked out parts with the dark. So you get this nice two-tone effect. I mean, turns out really well. Oddly enough, I showed this one to my wife, and she was like, "Ooh, what a cute jewelry box." So, I guess I'm going to have to make one of these, not as a building, but as a jewelry box for her. It's a nice little kit. And again, this one is, so I've got the wood grain on the top, and it's an open interior. This one actually comes with the floor, as opposed to being like most of mine where they're open. And the idea behind this one of having the floor in it was, and in fact I think I showed this when I did the photos of these and put them on the site, was that you could stack these two together. So you can have the one on top of the other. If you've seen, again, it's like most Old West buildings where they started building one, realized they needed more space, so they expanded it out. They had more to it. So you could put the second building on top if you wanted to. It's a little cramped on space on this one because of the scale difference on it, but you get the idea that if you wanted to build something a little bit larger, maybe a little bit more, something that stood out a little bit more, you have that as an option with this one. And last but not least is that. Alright, let me bring this up here a little closer. This, just a dice cup. That's all. I wanted something kind of a little different to use as a dice cup for the Wild West stuff. So I made one of these up. It says Gunslinger at the top. It has a couple of gunslingers, on the front of it. Let's see if that will turn out. And then on the back, it's the reward proclamation for Jesse or Frank James. So I went online and found one of those and just copied some of the text from it, just to give them something kind of neat. So, but that's what it is. Just a little dice cup. These obviously we do a bunch of these in all different sizes, scales. You tell us what you want on it. You tell us how tall it needs to be, and then we build it. So that's really it for all the stuff that I'm showing. If you're in the area, if you're in the Chicagoland area, come out to Adepticon. See some of this stuff face to face. I'd love to talk to you guys. It's just a great event. It's 4 days. It's the first weekend in April. Just all kinds of stuff going on. Come out, play some games if you can. If not, look for the videos. Alright guys, I gotta go. I've gotta start putting stuff in boxes and making sure I've got everything set for Adepticon. It's gonna be a crazy one. Alright, take care. Oh, almost forgot. Got a Kickstarter going on. It's not for any of this stuff, it's for some sci-fi stuff. You'll see videos on that one. It's got about 2 weeks left at the time that I'm recording this and the time that I'm posting this. So, yeah, you'll get a chance to see the stuff from that. We'll get it up there and you'll get a chance to actually go through some of the videos. And if you want to get in on the Kickstarter, don't forget it. Alright, take it easy guys.